Okay, Active Xer, so the topic is don't blame your chair for your back pain or sciatica. Why? Well, firstly, the chair means you no harm. I know, it's a daft thing to say, isn't it? The chair means you no harm. The chair cannot mean you any harm because the chair is not thinking. It is just crazy to blame the chair because it's like blame is something that you engage in when someone is vengeful, when someone's out to get you. The chair isn't out to get you. It doesn't mean you any harm. It's just a chair. It's just a thing. What is the point of blaming the chair? You're just going round and round in circles and not making any progress at all. The chair means you no harm. It is just a thing. It's not even living. There's nothing living about the chair. I'm looking over there because there is a chair there. It's just, it's man-made. It's an inanimate object. There's nothing living about it. It's not breathing. It's not biosynthesizing. It's not doing anything. It's just a thing. So it makes no sense to blame the chair. Okay? The chances are, if you are working in an office environment or working from home, but certainly if you're in an office environment, the chances are that you can adapt the chair, you can change it. There are different settings on the chair now. This may not be the case. If you're working from home, you might be working on a kitchen chair, or dining chair, or as I saw the other week, a sofa, a bed. Don't do it. Surely you can afford a chair or even a stool. But the important thing is you can adapt the chair. So whether it's got levers and gas lifts that go up and down and a back support that goes in and out and up and down and armrests and all of that, or whether you have to adapt it with the use of a rolled up towel or a wedge cushion, maybe a towel just underneath your bottom and maybe another one at your back to give you different support, you can adapt that chair. The chair means you no harm, so there's no point in blaming it. Adapt it, make it work for you. Okay, so adapt the chair. Don't blame the chair. The third reason is, hey, at the end of the day, you can change the chair. Can't change your back, can you? Well, you can in terms of you can improve it over time. But the chair, does it owe you anything? You can change the chair. Now, in the interest of sustainability and being kind to the environment, I suggest that you adapt the chair. Use rolled up towels, do different things to make the chair work for you. But ultimately, if you just cannot make it work for you, then change it. What's the point in just complaining? Change the chair. The fourth thing I would say on this issue is by blaming the chair, you are engaging in negative thinking, negative thoughts, and we know, go way back to the equation for pain. So if the easiest place to access that, I think, is on episode 5 of the podcast, the Active X Backs podcast. You will come across my equation for pain. If you also just Google equation for pain, we'll probably come up at the top result. So negative thinking increases your pain experience. It really does. There are biological reasons for this, biochemical reasons in the brain, that if you think negatively, essentially if you kind of stress out, then it will increase your experience of pain. So blaming the chair, actually, because it's all about negative thinking, will increase your experience of pain. Yeah, I know that might sound crazy, but again, go back, look up that equation for pain and you will understand, it will help you to understand how pain works. And at the end of the day, know thy enemy. So if you view pain as an enemy, and I don't, and I recommend that you don't, then it's important to understand how it works. By blaming your chair, you're just procrastinating. You're putting off what you know you need to do, which is adapt the chair or change the chair. So just complaining about the chair almost shifts responsibility. It delays the requirement for you to act. That's just crazy, because that ties into the second thread here, which is that, and I was just saying this to my 5-year-old, in fact I frequently say it to the poor soul, cry and you cry alone. Okay, you've heard that expression, laugh and the whole world laughs with you, but cry and you cry alone. Nobody likes a whiner. If you're just spending all your time moaning and complaining about your chair, then people will distance themselves from you. It all just becomes a little bit awkward. The stony silences. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm guilty of this. If my wife is kind of negative about anything, I kind of, typical man response, you just kind of clam up. You try and solve it, of course, which often isn't welcome. Don't you think I've tried that? So you'll try and solve the problem, and then you'll just shut down because it's all just a bit awkward when someone's being really negative, isn't it? So remember, cry and you cry alone. So do not procrastinate, don't blame the chair, adapt the chair, do something about it, change the chair. Okay? Pure and simple. See you soon.